What is sleep paralysis demon? Imagine you are about to nod off and you begin to mentally count sheep when all of a sudden you feel pressure on your chest and sense a presence in the room. Although you are unable to move a muscle, you are awake and attentive and can see your surroundings. Insomniac paralysis is this. Sleep paralysis, which can last anywhere from 20 seconds to a few minutes and affects roughly 8% of the general population, is a brief state of consciousness accompanied by a voluntary muscle movement. It happens as you are about to go asleep or as you are just waking up from sleep. Aware of your surroundings but unable to move, a sense of weight and pressure on the chest, difficulty breathing or a feeling of choking, hallucinations that involve a sensed presence, and an overwhelming sense of fear or dread are some of the common sensations and emotions related to sleep paralysis. Some even claim to hear footsteps approaching, see intruders, devils, or spirits, and experience a sense of impending death. The person who is suffering sleep paralysis is not in any bodily danger, but they are helpless to break out of it and must wait for it to pass. The difference between sleep paralysis and nightmares or night terrors is that while the brain is awake, the body is still asleep and cannot move. The most intriguing aspect of sleep paralysis is that it has been around since the 10th century and affects people of all races equally. In fact, individuals from a wide range of civilizations have utilized sleep paralysis to explain supernatural occurrences and creatures, such as witchcraft, ghosts, and extraterrestrial abduction. Let's now discuss sleep paralysis in more detail. Hypnagogic and hypnopompic sleep paralysis are the two forms. These two expressions describe a variation in the time at which sleep paralysis takes place. Sleep paralysis that happens at the beginning of sleep or right before falling asleep is referred to as hypnagogic or predormital. On the other hand, hypnopompic, often referred to as postdormital, refers to sleep paralysis that happens right after waking up, at the transition from sleep to wakefulness. To comprehend how sleep paralysis develops, we must first comprehend what REM sleep is. Your brain goes through 5 distinct stages when you sleep, stages 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, sometimes known as the rapid eye movement stage or REM for short. Since your sleep cycle is repeated throughout the night, REM sleep cycles, which make up 25% of your total sleep, might happen multiple times. REM is significant because it's when your body gets its energy and when dreams happen. Your motor neurons and spinal cord get signals during REM that shut down movement, temporarily impairing your ability to move your arms and legs. This acts as a safeguard to stop you from hurting yourself or others while you are dreaming. Let's discuss the significance of REM sleep for sleep paralysis now that we have a better knowledge of what it is. It is believed that a malfunction in the flip-flop switch governing REM sleep is what causes sleep paralysis. When REM happens, the brain is said to switch between two stages, called REM in and REM off, respectively. This mechanism enables effortless entry and exit from REM sleep. The wake-sleep switch is overridden by the REM switch. Typically, REM in takes place when you are sleeping. The neurons controlling the wake side of the wake-sleep switch and the neurons controlling the REM off side of the REM switch, however, are diminished when sleep paralysis develops. As a result, muscle movement that shouldn't be occurring while the body is relatively awake can be stopped by the REM on neurons. This could result in sleep paralysis. Negative feelings are another frequent occurrence during REM sleep. This is due to the amygdala, a region of the brain involved in processing fear, being active throughout REM sleep. It is believed that this brain region promotes the production of anxiety and terror during sleep paralysis since it is active during REM and is closely related to fear. So how may sleep paralysis be prevented? It depends on a variety of variables whether you will actually experience it. An 862-participant twin study revealed that genetics are at least largely responsible for sleep paralysis, with researchers discovering that 53% of cases were caused by genes. Sleep paralysis is most common in those who have sleep disorders, such as narcolepsy, which is characterized by excessive and uncontrollable daytime sleepiness. Sleep paralysis is also more likely to occur if you sleep on your back and if you don't receive enough sleep overall on a regular basis. Sleep paralysis is correlated with poor mental health. As we have seen, there are a number of factors associated with sleep paralysis like genetics or sleeping disorders and poor mental wellness. Higher scores on self-reported measures of depressed mood and anxiety have been associated with sleep paralysis. Research focusing on sleep paralysis in patients with PTSD showed higher prevalence, as well as another study has linked bipolar disorder to sleep paralysis. Are there any methods of preventing sleep paralysis besides avoiding or addressing these particular risk factors? Well, there isn't a single, Effective method for treating sleep paralysis. There are preventive and management strategies, but there isn't empirical agreement on these approaches among researchers. Some researchers have suggested that treating underlying sleep-related disorders and mental illness disorders may help with preventing the occurrence of sleep paralysis, and some pharmaceutical drugs like antidepressants may help in managing sleep paralysis due to their REM-suppressing properties. Other sleep paralysis prevention measures include